Hello friends, this video is the last one pertaining to chapter 9, Environment and Sustainable Development. Share the video as much as possible. Let's start with the concept sustainable development. United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, or also called the Rio Conference or the Earth Summit, held during the June month of 1992, was about the global environment and the relationship between economics, science, and environment. This conference gave importance to the idea sustainable development. Our common future, a seminal report, defines sustainable development as the development that meets the need of the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. Yes, we can take what we want from the environment, but not in a way that the future generations are left with scraps which is of no use to them, and it becomes impossible for them to sustain life. Hence, it is important to use and not abuse the free gifts of nature in our environment. Our future children, grandchildren, great grandchildren deserve to live in an healthy, green, clean environment with enough resources which would help them to sustain their lives. Here are the aims of sustainable development: decreasing the absolute poverty. Poverty induces people to live in unhygienic conditions. They are deprived of food, clothing, shelter, proper sanitation facilities, and education. It's important to uplift people from such conditions so that the environment do not get negatively affected by these conditions. Providing lasting and secure livelihoods. We have to create such opportunities, training facilities, and skill enhancing programs that help people to secure a job that helps them to lead their life in the best possible manner. Minimize resource depletion, environment degradation, cultural disruption, and social instability. Make sure rate of resource extraction is less than the rate of regeneration. Imbibe environment friendly practices. Avoid clashes occurring due to cultural differences. Try to understand each other's roots, that is the cultural roots, and maintain social peace and harmony. This is definitely possible through education and effective law and order. Overall, it could also be told that sustainable development is a development that meets the basic needs of all and promotes the idea of healthy natural environment and social environment, and the practices should be in such a way that the future generations should also have healthy natural environment and social environment, which will help them to live a peaceful and satisfying life. What should we do? What are our responsibilities? Conserve natural assets. Protect the natural resources as much as possible. Generate less waste. Recycle everything that could be recycled. Treat the waste. Stop using plastic items. Practice safe discarding. Use alternative non polluting options that are available to you. Next, preserve regenerative capacity of the natural ecological system. Building something takes years together, but destructing could take place in seconds. Many resources such as trees, soil, other mineral resources takes its own time to regenerate, and some won't regenerate at all. They are non-renewable. Keep that in mind always. Next, avoid the imposition of added costs or risks on future generations. Always keep in mind we have to leave something for the next generation. Make sure your actions will let them live in a peaceful way. They must live a fulfilling life. Next, here is a list that includes suggestions that was given by an environmental economist, Herman Daly. These suggestions help us to achieve the aims of sustainable development. Limiting the human population. More the population, more the pressure on the land for food, housing, energy sources, and other requirements, which will lead to too much extraction again. Hence, controlling birth by choosing contraceptive options such as condoms, copper T, vasectomy, and tubectomy is essential. Technological progress should be input efficient and not input consuming. We must encourage such technologies that are efficient, such as bulbs that helps us save electricity and vehicles that provide more mileage per liter. Renewable resources should be extracted on a sustainable basis. Once again, make sure whatever renewable resource you extract should be based on the regeneration time so that there would be enough for the future need. For non-renewable resources, rate of depletion should not exceed the rate of creation of renewable substitutes. When using up the non-renewable resource, look for alternate renewable source for it and use it judiciously. Inefficiency arising from pollution should be corrected. Reduce pollution. Strategies for sustainable development. First one, use of non-conventional sources of energy. Wind energy, tidal energy, solar energy could be considered for our energy requirements because the methods that is more used, such as thermal power plants, emit too much carbon dioxide, and hydroelectric projects interfere with the natural flow and is reason for deforestation too. Second, LPG gobar gas in rural areas. Use of wood, cow dung and other dried leaves and twigs were the popular energy source in rural areas, but they lead to deforestation, wastage of cow dung and air pollution. Making use of LPG avoids air pollution, and gobar gas plant help in two ways, that is for generating energy, and the leftover slurry could be used as fertilizers. CNG in urban areas. Using compressed natural gas for running the vehicles will reduce vehicular caused air pollution. Wind power. Installing windmills and using it to generate electricity is one more way of producing clean energy. Fifth one, solar power through photovoltaic cells. Sunlight is great source of heat and light. Photovoltaic cells convert solar energy into electric energy. This could be used in every place where sun shines bright. Mini hydel plants. Streams which are most often perennial in mountainous regions, could be used to produce electricity. This acts as something that fulfills local demands and it doesn't change the land structure drastically. Hence, they are quite environment friendly. Traditional knowledge and practices. All the practices related to healthcare, cosmetics that our forefathers used could be used even today, such as Ayurveda, Unani, yoga, etc. Many things of past have re-emerged as herbal products. They must be encouraged and promoted. Biocomposting. Chemical fertilizers pollute the soil. This contaminates the food we intake as well. They seep into the ground and cause groundwater pollution. They pollute rivers also when they are carried forward by the rain waters. Instead of that, if we use the dried leaves, vegetable leftovers, fruit peels, basically the wet waste to make compost, it acts as the best fertilizer. Lastly, biopest control, such as using plant-based pesticides like neem, incorporating mixed cropping and growing different crops in consecutive years, using animals which eat away creatures that feed on plant leaves, fruits, or vegetables are non polluting in nature when compared to pesticides. These are few strategies for sustainable development. Thank you for watching.